right, so these teams are in the Lost Woods section. Currently, Titans Mitts are 5-0. This is day 2. Is this Tuesday? Yeah, for some reason I thought it was Monday. This is day 2. Day 2 of Casual Boots. So Titans Mitts are 5-0. I like big boots. I like big boots. Is right behind them at 4-0. They haven't played any matches this week yet. And then the Sexy Gannons are 3-1, and Did You Check Your Boot is 3-2. So try to be in the top 4 to make the playoffs. So Did You Check Your Boot doing all they can to make that playoff spot? Still plenty of time, but don't want to start dropping points here. And then, of course, Prison Leftover, second to last, tied with Crosswords Insanity at 1-4, looking to make their push into the playoffs. So here we go. I'm going to witty or funny and monthly. It's like, well, we'll look at our first time with them. And block. Not bad. Again, don't need those necessarily for escape, but not bad having them early like reverse outro or whatever goes to me when it's been fed after they finish the escape. So with boots and a sword, you're looking for anything under sub 515, 516 for escape. You know, hopefully maybe get the mirror. Zelda cell, that's always nice. You can make it even a little bit quicker. $50. All right, Revenant not picking up magic. Chimo making sure to pick up the magic. Saves you a little bit of time, but there's times where you regret skipping that magic. Maybe get a magic bat, get powder, one check magic bat, and Kakariko, and don't have any magic. It's come up more often than I'd like to admit. See how well versed in NMG strats these runners are, as they you don't have boots in NMG, but you do have that fighter sword. So boots will speed it up a bit, but with fighter sword, you're gonna be doing most of the same strats as you would in an NMG run. Revenant getting the poke there. Okay, and we do need a small key to get through escape, and that is where it's located. It was fun to see how different runners are going to approach the ball in chain guard. You can just go up and slash them. So it can get a little dangerous. Does do single hard damage, but it's the fastest way to do it is how both of our runners did it, and that is with the just slashing them with the sword, setting them up nice in front of the cell. No boomerang, you can't boom the big key, but killing the guard right in front there makes it a bit quicker. And Chimo, who has run NMG, I know, ran some in the NMG tournament this past year, did pretty well, I think. Is keeping up with Revenant. Revenant skipped the magic. I think that was what put him ahead initially. Both making a really good time though. Should be getting out around that 5:15 mark. All right. Pushing the throne, go into the back. No lamp, but with it being a standard start, you are provided with a light cone here, even though they don't have the lamp. See how well the key rat holds up here. Ooh, half magic to start things off. Always nice to have early. All right, Rat working with us here. Kachimo able to make up just a few seconds here and has taken that small lead. We got 3 more bombs. We got a piece of heart. We've got another piece of heart. I believe the map should be in the sanctuary. Let's see how well our runners are paying attention, or how well I'm even paying attention. I did miss Dark Cross. Okay, so Dark Cross. Oh, map was vanilla. I missed that. Thanks again to our tracker, Jaxie. So there is an item here in the sink, and it is $50. So they have their Kakariko package coming out of Escape. You got 6 bombs. You got more than 100 rupees. Let's see if our runners want to check out Lumberjack after they check out Bonk Rocks here. I imagine you do. We got a map check that looks like crystals at Eastern, Hera, and a pendant at Desert Palace. 9 bombs. Bombs away. Alright, we'll take a look at the tree pull. I believe that's the tier 2 pull with single rupees. Got arrows from the crabs. Don't need those right now since we don't have a bow. And unlumbered of 20 rupees. Missed it on Revenant side. Chimo was gracious enough to walk down the stairs and give us a full look at that $20. So not having to do Aga for the Lumberjack item is nice. Does not mean we don't have to do Aga, but don't have to do it for that reason. Another just 50 bones sitting out in the open, and both say, hey, I'll take 50 bones. And $5. So it's 55 rupees hanging out in the Lost Woods. Still a little cash poor, so see that there. And it was single rupees again, so I think, yeah, I'm not sure about the tree pulls there. At least it looked like single rupees. All right, Kakariko. Not going to have any divergence early here, which is pretty understandable. We got our first big item location, though. 5 items here. We start with $20. Why not throw another 20? 10 arrows. The lamp. The lamp is always nice to have for sure, but early lamp always makes it feel like you're probably going to have to do Aga. Now, we still need a lot of things for Aga, but had a heart container in the back, so that puts our runners up to 5 hearts, both using blue hearts today. $300. We start in the well. We got a heart piece there. Take a look at the back of the well. Another heart piece. All right, game. Let's give us something good here. Bombs and arrows. Chimo using the Sonic the Hedgehog sprite. Revenant is some sort of dragon or something. I'm not sure. All right, now up to 7 hearts. Lucario. Don't know who that is. Cool looking sprite though. Pokemon. That's why I don't know. See, one of those Pokemons that those kids talk about before my time. All right. This Kakariko has had nothing. Lamp is all that we've gotten so far. Revenant, gonna do a map check there, figure out the crystals and the pendants. Take a look at the library here. Oh, the hammer. All right, now we're talking. One last check here in Kakariko. We've got race game is a bottle. It's one of those things. It's like, do I want to go all the way for the bottle? Because then I got to go back up to Sick Kid. Both runners saying, you know what, give me that bottle. I think it's a wise choice here. Gotta be in it. Could even sell it if you're looking for a little bit of money, because they are very close to Zora money here, if it is a gold B. But they still have all of South Shore, so probably not too worried about it. And both doing the same spin seed setup, though Revenant not quite getting it. Just forget it, let's just dash. And Sick Kid says, the red meringue. All right. A stun item. Nice to use as you head to South Shore. Can stun a bunch of items or enemies and see what those drops are. If you want to hit Aga's blue balls with the hammer, I would not advise it. It's not an easy task to do. All right, both starting at the dam. No divergence at all. We'll see if anyone wants to head over to Agina's cave after this. $5 just sitting in the chest. Flood it and see what's hanging out there in the water. At this point, it's probably just going to be like a soggy 10 arrows. Or a soggy $20, but that gets us just a little bit closer to Zora money. Chima just 2 rupees away now. And all right, so we do get a little bit of divergence. Revenant not picking up that 20, but is going to go check out Agina's cave and going to show us what's on Desert Ledge as well. Desert Ledge is just 3 bombs. And Moldarm's playing pretty nice for Chima. We have the Kana Burna. We have the other boomerang. We got another $20. So there's that Zora money. 300 says extra Zora money. And that 50, a little icing on the cake. If you look at Agina, and it is $20. Man, what an empty start to the seed. Pretty common in casual boots, since you have the boots to set up a water walk here in Ice Rod Cave. You'll see most runners check out the waterfall. All right, Ice Rod Cave gives us another 20 for 888 rupees for Chimo there. Normally, since you don't have the Moon Pearl, if you tried to fake flipper into Waterfall Fairy, you wouldn't be able to get the items. But we have the boots. You can set up that fake flipper water walk thing and dash into the cave, and you'll be able to open up those items. Revenant not too far behind. Release the B. We've got powder out of logic, and we have another heart container. Puts Chimo up to 8, and get a fairy from the Waterfall Fairy. Definitely an upgrade from that B. Ooh, we see Cane of Samaria, which at this moment cannot get. King of Samara is hard flippers locked. If they had the Moon Pearl, they had a bow, would be able to get it. There's the book, which currently is not in Logic without that glove. So that is interesting. So the glove is probably somewhere pretty close. All right, so Chimo gonna go head over to Eastern. Pretty much the only option. Could sequence break Desert, but no real reason to do that here. Got 3 checks with Saha, and then at least two guaranteed checks in Eastern. The back of Saha gives us a heart piece. There's our Moon Pearl, and there's the glove. So there's Dark World access, and that puts that book in Logic as well. Chimo says goodbye to Eastern. I do not have a bow. I do not want to double dip it. So there we go. Maybe we'll see some divergence when both of these runners get their Dark World access. Chimo having the option of either going towards Village of Outcast and East Town or Skull Woods. Instead chooses Hype Cave. It's probably going to give us a look at the Dark World map too here pretty soon. Revenant not too far behind. The only check that they've done extra was the Igina and Desert Ledge check. Get the Dark World access here in just a second though. As we get our first look in the Hype Cave, the Gangster gives us 10 arrows. Alright. Heart piece. Heart piece. Heart piece. Can we make it 4? No. 20 bucks. Trash Cave, am I right? Alright, so first look we get Green Pendant Ice Palace, Pendant over at Swamp Palace. So that makes the flippers that much more funny because it locks this King of Samaria for Turtle Rock and Misery Mire. And as far as we know, that's it. We don't know if there's anything in those dungeons, but we don't have to complete them for the pendants, unless of course there's something on pedestal. Stumpy just 3 bombs, and of course no one is giving us anything. We have Dark World access. Luckily we start with the boots. All the other items are pretty trash at this point. Red crystals over at Thieves Town and Pod as well. Alright, what can we dig up here? $25 digs for a heart container. Chimo says, you made me do all that digging. Give me that heart container. And with that, not having a lot of options, gonna head over to the Village of Outcast. Maybe pop into Skull Woods. We'll see how Chimo wants to route it here. Very limited on the amount of items we've had so far. A lot of checks for very few items. Chimo's going to check out what powder gives us, which we know. The only thing that we know about powder is it can't be the flippers. That's about it. Revenant doing their digs. Powder is just a heart piece. So a lot of hearts for runners early on in this race. And Revenant also says, give me that heart container. And I imagine just do the exact same thing that Chimo's done. So at some point we will get some divergence, I imagine. How's everyone's Tuesday going? We head into week 3 of the ALTTPR League here. Casual boots, very popular mode. Teams trying to separate themselves as we head towards the middle of the season, and we find out that PED is trash. No worries about PED today. Riven did skip out on doing that powder check. We know that there's nothing there. Is skipping Skull Woods, so we'll be heading out to Village Broadcast. Let's see if Chima wants to do something different. Maybe take a peek into Skull Woods. I know some runners like to think of Skull Woods as like a glorified overworld checks, but no divergence, no divergence today. Both heading to the Village Broadcast, fully completable, and won't be a problem with our loadouts here. We have a hook shot. All right, now we're talking. Hook shot opens up quite a bit here. We do have access to the mountain logically with that lamp. Yeah, if you're just joining now, there's this race, and I believe another race is going on at the exact same time. And then we are packed full to the gills today. There's a lot of races, so if you're enjoying the league and you're enjoying Rando, today is a good day to be a Rando fan. So we're going to be having it here on the SpeedGaming channels all night long. And we're synced back up again. All right, 5 rupees for the first check here in Thieves Town. I will thank these runners for staying together as a solo comm. It makes me very easy to see what's going on. That is, FaZe is a very true point. If you're European, not the best night for Rando for you, as a lot of the races we happen when most people are sleeping. For someone like me in the Pacific Northwest, lots of races. All right, so we got the big key. Got another bottle. I believe the other item was the map. So there's still 2 items at large in Thieves Town. Fun watching them do these rooms in sync. Very similar to the way you'd watch an NMG race where both runners are doing the same room. You get to compare how well each one of them tackles those rooms. You see Revenant give a little bit, then you see him take a little bit of lead, then back and forth. A lot of fun. It does have to be careful down to 1 heart here. And it's going to pop that red potion just to play it safe. Dying would be bad. And Chimo forgetting to bomb the attic there. Luckily remembers and goes back and does it. That could have been real bad. It's a battle between rooms with these runners. It's a lot of fun. All right, heading up to save main. We got our key, so we're gonna check that big chest now. And just some bombs. So what's likely to happen is we'll see a save and quit out of Thieves Town, and our runners will probably both head up to the mountain. You could do some checks in Skull Woods. There are some areas that are open like pet pod, for example. But you don't want to head to pod without that bow. See how well they practice their scripted blind fights. Going really well for Revenant. It's away just a little bit, but is able to take care of it. She might have a little bit more trouble, but should be fine here. One more hit. And there we go. And that is crystal number 1 for both Revenant and Chimo within 5 seconds of each other. 6 more to go. All right, so Revenant is gonna go. Let's see. Does he want to go Skull Woods? Is he gonna check Bumper Ledge? What's he gonna do? Chimo hasn't done C-shaped house yet. We'll check that first. Revenant is gonna check out Bumper Ledge. No cape yet, but having this information is good. Just a 20 rupee there, red 20, and that's a save and a quit. And I imagine with the Sank start, we'll be heading up to the mountain. It looks like Chimo is gonna do the exact same thing. Wow. It's impressive how in sync these two are. Ooh, we do get some divergence. So Chimo is gonna look inside Skull Woods. This could be big. Is Revenant going to save the old man? We'll see what the old man gives us. Are there any items that are not fire rod locked in Skull Woods? We start with the key, so we can continue on without going to the back. "26 minutes, but it only took 26 minutes to get some divergence." And so our first item is a heart container. We got a sword from the old man. Very nice. Very, very nice. Alright, so Chimo does have the big key. We'll check that first, and we'll see if he wants to check the vanilla big key chest. We look on the top of Spec Rock, just a heart container. A heart piece, excuse me. There's the map in the big chest, and we see the bug net inside Spec Rock. And Chimo is going to go check the vanilla big key chest. And looks like Revenant's going to be doing... Oh, right. I like this. Going to be checking out Spike Cave fully in logic. Nicely done room by Chimo there. Alright, we've got 20 bucks in the compass. So the last item is fire rod locked there in Skull Woods. And just a big 20 from Spike Cave. Imagine risking your neck going through all those spikes just to get a big 20. All right, so we have Paradox Cave here. We've got Hera, which is fully completable. And we've got Spiral Cave. Question is, where are those mitts? We do know that Samarna is flipper locked. Is it sitting on Zora's ledge? Revenant gonna give us our first look. 2 items here in Paradox. 50 bucks. And there's that bow. All right. So now we've got Eastern and Pod available, fully in logic. Five more checks up here. A heart container. Another 20. A heart piece. There's our Titan's mitts. All right, that's pretty big. So now you can do Hera. You can do Spiral Cave. And then head right into the Dark World and do Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave. And you don't have to worry about isolating Spike Cave. Chimo will have a decision, since they didn't do Spike Cave, whether he wants to do Spike Cave or Spiral it. he will be getting his bow here in a second, as well as those Titans mints. I missed what was on the ledge. Oh yeah, we have the book, so we can check ether as well, and not only check it but get the items since they have that sword, and it's Quake from the ether tablet. Okay, it was just a big 20 from the on the island there. Thanks, Jaxie. Again, shout outs to our tracker today. All right, Hera, what do you got? Small key to start out with. Check this chest and we'll see what kind of Hera pot they want to do. All right, so it is fire locked, but of course with Hera pot, you climb first. No reason to do the basement because you might just get the 2 items right away. And there's one. There's the mushroom. Revenant gonna try to open it. Can't open it. No big key. Chimo about to get their Quake medallion from the ether tablet. All right. Revenant going with a hammer, just 3 hammer hits to the mold worm, take him down. Could do spins with the master sword, either or. Pick your poison. And there's a map. So there is an item in the big chest. We'll see if Revenant wants to go back for it. I can't imagine going back for it with the amount that is open in the world right now. Chimo not doing spin speed Hera pot. Going a little old school there. I think that might have been the Philly pot or the Jack pot. Revenant is skipping Hera. Makes 100. I 100% agree with this. Makes the right call. Of course, there could be. I mean, there is still something there, but we don't know what it is. Let's see if Chimo makes that same decision. All right, we're gonna go look at Turtle Rock. Let's see if we need Quake for Turtle Rock. Do not need Quake. We need Bombos. Still might need Quake for Meyer, so we'll see. We're gonna check Super Bunny first. Down goes Moldorm for crystal number 2 for Chimo. We'll see if he wants to go back in and get that item at the big chest. The worst item that could probably be there would be the mirror, because getting back to Hera is pretty slow without it. I saw a heart container and $20 over at the Super Bunny, and Chimo says, "Peace out, I'm gone." So we may never know what's in that chest. Wow, surprising. Okay, so there is Bombos. That's good. There's the flute. That's nice. And all right, 3 bombs. And Revenant skipped Spiral. That is a little surprising. Let's see what it is. Just $300. Okay. All right, so Revenant saves and quits from Sync. Gonna go activate that flute. Decides to skip out on King's Tomb there. That's a little surprising. Does activate the flute. So we have Eastern and Pod available now. It would be nice to be able to combo those together, though. With Swamp being a pendant, it is possible that Mirror is in GT. And there is our flute activation for Revenant. See where they want to go. Does he want to scout out Meyer first? No. Wants to call the guard first. Is going to turn in powder. Okay. Chimo sees it is Bombos. So interesting enough, Chimo here still has the opportunity to do Spike Cave, so he could fully clear out the mountain except for that hair big chest. Revenant chose Spike early and didn't do Spiral. We'll see how thorough Chimo wants to be. I believe this was just a piece of heart here. Yeah. Cursed with a piece of heart. We see the mushroom is there, so might see Revenant turn that in now. Flute is out. Nope. Heading to 5. Gonna do Eastern first since it doesn't have the mirror. So what are we looking for go mode? We know where Samaria is. Technically need the flipper sport, but could go get it now if they wanted. We don't know what we need for Meyer entry. Could be either. We're really looking for those rods. So Chimo is going to do Spike Cave as well. So Chimo's not leaving anything except for the Harabig. As Revenant gives our first look into Eastern Palace. First check is 20 bucks. So where are those rods? Chimo taking advantage of that fairy instead of using the cane. This little fairy revival gets rewarded with $20. Chimo not saving quitting from Sank, so no one cares about King's Tomb apparently. He's gonna head the south direction to check out to activate this flute, as I missed the last 2 items in the last 2 checks in Eastern. Looks like a vanilla big key. Again, big shout out to Tracker Jaxie for catching the things that I keep missing. Appreciate that. Activated flute for Chimo. Let's imagine heading towards the eastern pot area as well. Big key for Revenant. Okay, so let's figure out the difference here. Revenant has checked Agina and Desert Ledge. Chimo has checked Spiral Cave. I think that's it as far as the difference between our runners. Oh, and Chimo did Skullwoods. That's the big difference. Chimo did the front of Skullwoods, got that heart container. The second item being Fire Rod locked. I'm pretty sure it's on Mothula based off the locations of everything else in the dungeon. Ew. Revenant having a little bit of trouble in that last room, but sets up for the quick kill on Armos Knights. Didn't open big chest, that means they opened all 3 items here in Eastern already. And that is crystal number 3 for Revenant. I imagine we'll see a flute over to 5 as he heads back to the Dark World and into Pod. Chimo on his way to get his big key. There's the flute to 5. enters the Dark World and off to Palace of Darkness, which I believe will also open up Pyramid Fairy. The question is where are those flippers, and if they don't show up soon, do either of our runners fake flipper and get the Cane of Samaria off Zora's ledge there. We'll see that. Big key for Eastern for Chimo, and the monkey Kiki opening up pod for Revenant. All right, shoot a room with a small key for Revenant there. No problem for Chimo with the Igors. On to Armos Knights. Be getting his third crystal here in a second. The second check-in pod is another small key. Not surprising. Usually there's at least 4 small keys in the front, so majority of the time in pod you're going to be opening up small keys in the front. Small key number 3. Small key number 4. All right, that's all 4 required small keys. Now, you can get up to 6 small keys in the front, though it's pretty rare. Last Mimic does not want to get in the way of the arrows, understandably. There we go. All right, that's 5. Can we get 6? I hope so. A compass. 5 is not bad. Revenant just resetting the room after hitting those pegs. There's only 1 small key left in the back here. There is the big key as well, and we've seen the compass. So we'll see a small key, a big key, the map, and then the rest are all going to be items. Really what we're looking for are those 2 rods and, of course, the flippers to unlock Samaria. All right, so there's the big key. Here's the last small key. Okay. So eventually we will see an item. This could still be. There's the map. All right. The rest of pod is all items. The shield. All right. So the first 8 checks of pod. 9 checks of pod. All dungeon items. All right, tempered sword. There we go. We have a hard piece. Oh, right, the shield. I forgot about the shield. So it was weird that he didn't open up the Helma room first. So if he did the Helma room first, The map would are the shield would have been the first item. Yeah, I don't think hammering up being is faster if you're going that way. I'm not sure. I guess if you didn't have the mirror, it's probably faster, yeah. So it actually makes sense to do it that way. Otherwise, you have to death warp or you walk through it and then back. This way, you're only walking one way through it, and then you can walk all the way to back to the middle again. Seems like a pretty good way to route that. So sword, so far the only item of really any value here. We still have Helmasaur, which will give us crystal number 4, as well as an item. Alright, with this loadout, King Helmasaur shouldn't be a problem. And okay, so we're going to see the difference here with Chimo entering the door here. And he's either going to need to set up a death warp, which is exactly what he's doing. Which is not bad because it's green hearts and all of these things do a 1 heart of damage. That was a fast fight there. And it is 20 bucks. So just between Eastern and Pod, all they got was a sword. There is the Death Warp for Chimo and the Crystal Raised for Revenant. Let's see where Revenant wants to go from here. Pyramid Fairy, maybe? Could check out Mire Shed. And the flute is out. Where are they going? Oh, Mushroom check. Mushroom turn-in is the Flippers huge. Okay. So that opens up Ice Palace, which is a green pendant. So not worried about that. But can go grab Samaria, which means that, well, they can get into Turtle Rock now. No Fire Rod, so you're not really looking to do that. But we haven't seen Mire yet, and Mire may be fully clearable. So right now, Chimo checking Skullwoods for no value. It has cost him some time. They have also had that book since basically the beginning of the seed when they checked Zora, and no one's gone into desert, rightfully so, since it is a pendant. That is an option though. I imagine we'll be taking a look at the Mire area though, and we'll see if we need ether or not. Helmasaur King for Chimo here. Was holding out the sword, realized didn't really need that. And it is Quake. Alright. So Mire fully completable. So we are just looking for those 2 rods. 20 bucks and 3 bombs in the Mire Shed. And with the theory that is always circulated is they have bombos, which is required for Turtle Rock, but it also gives them access to Ice Palace. And if you're looking for a Fire Rod and you've got bombos, decent chance it's in Ice Palace. Alright, so there's only 2 items here in Mire. We're going to go with bow strats for Mire 2 here. And where is Chimo going to head? I think this looks like Pyramid Fairy from Chimo here. This could be big. What if the Fire Rod and the Ice Rod are in Pyramid Fairy? That would be bananas. Well, that's not going to happen because we just found the Ice Rod. We are now, for no mode, Fire Rod from go mode. Or, excuse me, for no mode, we are just looking for that Fire Rod. Alright. We're still looking for the big key for Mire here. Oh, Chimo's got to be careful. Oh. That Hinox did not want to let Sonic the Hedgehog through. There's the second item in Mire. So now we're just looking for the big key. And it's going to be take number 2 for Chimo here. That was rough. Nice clip there from Revenant. Gonna look. This is not gonna work out how he wants. Does not have the big key. Has both items. Gonna check out the big chest. No. Saving this key. Okay. So I believe he checked the bridge. Did not check the bridge. It's an interesting route. So we're down to bridge or vanilla big key chest. And it is the bridge. Oh boy. Alright, Chimo. Is the Fire Rod here? There's blue mail on the ledge. It's a little stinger right there. For that death to the Hinox. We have a fairy in a bottle and 3 bombs. No Fire Rod yet. Alright, chat. Where's the Fire Rod? We have Ice Palace. We have Desert Palace. We have Turtle Rock. We've got Hera Big. We've got the Smith Chain. Mirrorless Smith Chain. We have Hobo. We have Catfish. All right, Catfish, what do you got? 10 arrows. That's not the Fire Rod. And Chimo resets. Okay. Saving his money, I suppose. There is also the possibility that we do find the mirror first and that the Fire Rod is mirror locked. There is that possibility. All right, Revenant going with dash strats using Kena Burna. Okay. The skipped King's Tomb is finally checked from both of our runners. All right, not any value, but interesting that they both skipped it. Let's see where. Oh, Chimo going to turn in his mushroom here. This will give him the flippers. And I imagine we'll see him in Mire shortly, though he is about, I don't know, 4.5, maybe like 5 minutes behind Revenant at this point. A full Mire dungeon clear, as well as the time it takes to go get those flippers. All right, so for Revenant, again, just looking for the ice rod, or excuse me, the fire rod, decides to head into the desert palace. Okay. The advantage of checking out something in the light world is you can do it and then go into the dark world afterwards, whereas if you go to the dark world, you have to save and quit. Can be kind of a pain in the butt. So first 2 checks in Desert Palace, we've got big key, small key. So not checking the big chest right next to us, instead going to the right to check with the right side of desert. Okay. We have 3 bombs as our first item. And a heart piece is our second item. So disregard what I said about saving and quitting, because Revenant, instead of running out, decides to save and quit. So now, where do you go? I feel like Ice Palace has to be the place. I feel like with Bombos, too often you find, Fire Rod locked by Bombos, or Bombos locked by Fire Rod in Ice Palace. And Revenant agrees. Opening up Mire for Chimo here. See if he rats us just a little bit better than Revenant did, getting that big key and the 2 items quickly. Might be able to save a bit of time here in this dungeon. Problem being that Revenant is finished with the dungeon and just looking for the ice rod, so it or the fire rod, so it feels like Chimo can't make the same decisions that Revenant has. You need to find a way to make up some time. All right, silvers are our first item in Ice Palace. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's a little interesting that so Revenant is going to flip the switch, which is a little bit faster if you're going to go all the way. But at this point, well, maybe it's just planning ahead. Fire Rod shows up, it's kind of a waste of time. You're going to full clear the dungeon anyways. Alright, there's the compass. Chimo with the ice rod. Not sure if they went back to check the left side or not. See if they want to come back in. Small key. Another small key. Gonna check out iced tea before checking out the freezer room. Alright, there's a bottle with some blue goo. the worst item to find, I suppose, along your way. I wonder what the temperature inside Ice Palace is. You don't need special clothing to go in Ice Palace. So is it just kind of cold? Crystal number 5 for Shima there. We find the big key in Freezors. Alright, looks like the last item is going to be on Cold Stare. Does give us the green pendant as well, so there is that. And Chimo going to go back into Meyer to get that second item. Luckily for him, it is relatively fast, so. Does not have a small key, though. Oh, that's bad. Alright. Cold Stare fight. Using bombos, gets him in the corner. Nicely done. Alright, so far, not Nice Palace. Man, this Meyer's not going well for Chimo here. So I suppose you turn in the green pendant. And what do we have left? I think Revenant might do... Oh, this is bad for Chimo, because now he's going to spend more time. But the way both of them routed Meyer ended up backfiring on both of them. And ended up costing both of them a little bit of time. Revenant now at 101, checking out King's Tomb, even though having those mitts for a while. Might do Pyramid Fairy. That is an option. We'll probably turn in the green pendant first. Alright, from our perspective, we know that it's not desert. We know that it's not ice. No, it's not Skull Woods. We can't get in the swamp. We're down to Smith Chain, Mirrorless, or Turtle Rock, or Hera Big. It is not Ice Palace. Alright, so Revenant going to keep his lead with Chimo heading in Ice Palace. It just makes the most sense. You've seen it so many times, just like Ice Rod in Turtle Rock. You've seen it so many times. You've got the Bombos. Why not check out Ice Palace? And it looks like Revenant is going to do the Smith Chain before Pyramid Fairy. All right. Oh, he hasn't done Skull Woods. Okay, so Chimo actually going to make up a little bit of time here. There's the Solar Arrows for Chimo. If you're just joining us, we're in week 3 of the league, season 4. This is the Invitational. We've got Frozen Leftovers with 3 points. That's 1 win. And Did You Check Your Boot with 9 points? That's 3 wins. This is game 2 of the week. They had game 1 this morning between Daze Cloud and Tam. Playing a little casual boots here. And we are both runners. 1 item from Go Mode. Looking for that Fire Rod. We've seen between both runners most of the game. It's down to a few spots. Turtle Rock kind of looking good. We have the Mirrorless Smith Chain, of course. which is always fun. And of course, they both isolated the Hera big chest, which is also a possibility. We see Chimo and Ice Palace, which Revenant has done. We see Revenant and Skull Woods, which Chimo has already done. Chimo has also checked Pyramid Fairy, which Revenant hasn't done. Looks to be going to grab the Smith from here, though. I may have done Hammer Pigs first, just in case, because you are just one item from go. Smith now following. Mirror to back over to 3, turn him in. There you go, Mr. Blacksmith, back with your brother, maybe friend, twin, I don't know. $50, which really is only 40 since they charge you 10 rupees for that. A save and quit. Not sure why that happened. Looks like instead of finishing the Smith chain, now doing Pyramid Fairy from Revenant. Okay. Get a Cold Stare fight from Chimo. Gets Cold Stare into the corner. Cold Stare gets a little bit away. And they are finished. Question, have they checked Magic Bat? Magic Bat has been checked. So what we're down to, unless we find the mirror, is Turtle Rock, the Hammer Pigs, the Purple Chest, and the Hera Big. I believe that's everything that we have not seen between the two runners. Chimo going to turn in the green pendant. We know there's no real value there. Revenant thinks about saving and quitting, but is now going to head towards Catfish, which I believe was only 10 arrows. So again, Chimo making up some time here. Who is going to be the first runner to pull the trigger on Turtle Rock? And because you don't have the mirror, do you do Hera first? Looks to be Desert Palace for Chimo here. I mean, at 15 hearts, there's no real reason to go out of the way to pick up Blue Mail, I feel. So, makes sense. All right. 10 arrows coming. Chimo gets the big key. All right. Hookshot in hand for Revenant. It's looking like Turtle Rock or Hera. It's interesting he chose to do the Smith, but not Hammer Pigs or Purple Chest. I feel like with the flute, I would do those first, as you don't want to have to make an extra mountain climb. So after Chimo finishes Desert, I think they'll be about the same spot. Oh, Revenant hasn't done Spiral. He is going to do. Oh, here it is. This is the Hera play, and this is what I was talking about, where you don't want to isolate it because it would be another mountain trip if it's not Turtle Rock, and you wanted to go back to Hera. Revenant going to get a little bit of a coffee break here. Chimo going to check out Agina's cave, which Revenant checked way early. Pre-mini Moldorm cave, which feels like forever ago. And in fact was about an hour ago at this point. Where is this fire rod? Wherever it is, it's not in a nice place. Alright, so we're gonna light up these torches. Gonna have to either walk out or death warp. Didn't prepare the death warp, so gonna have to walk out. And then Hera pod up to the big chest. And it looks like Chimo is not far behind. Oh man. Okay, so when setting this up, it's so much easier when the blue blocks are up, and since they aren't up, it's not quite as easy to line the Hera pot up. And so this is actually going to cost Revenant a bit of time. I don't think he's going to be able to hit. Okay, he's able to hit it. There we go. And then goes back down. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So this Hera not going well for Revenant. And Chimo says no to Hera and is going right for Turtle Rock. Alright, so there is the Hera pot for Revenant. As we get almost simultaneous checks. It is in Hera. Alrighty. Alright, so Chimo or Revenant could have just gone into Turtle Rock from there, but since he still has to finish off Skullwood's, gonna do that first. Has to do an extra mountain climb regardless, so it makes sense to get Skullwoods done out of the way. Chimo chose to do Turtle Rock instead of Hera, and is now doing the Smith Chain, so unfortunate for the frozen leftovers. I'm actually going to disagree with Jaxie here. I feel like that's result-oriented thinking. You can't think if only I did this because this was here. You have to make the best decisions regardless of how they turn out, and then sort of live with those decisions. I mean, when they did Hera, they had so much of the world open, and it's such a time sink to do the basement. So in this situation, of course, you know, the answer was do the basement, but it worked out really well for Revenant. I feel like if Chimo had done the same thing, instead of doing Turtle Rock, going up to Hera, because again, they didn't have the mirror. I feel like the race is 30 to 40 seconds close, and now it's going to be pretty much well decided. But yeah, you can't do result oriented based thinking. You have to make the best decision odds wise. Second item in Skullwoods is our fire shield. And now it's just a mountain climb and a go-moded desert, or excuse me, go-moded turtle rock revenant to finish off the seed. Chimo, gonna check out hammer pegs. Not checking out hammer pegs. Okay. Just a bee's heart from the purple chest there. And Chimo's down to like last locations. Has made the decision that, you know, I'm not a Harabig is going to be my last location. And unfortunately for him, that is where the fire rod is. Again, if he had just done Hera when he went up to the mountain instead of Turtle Rock, you know, do Hera and then possibly Turtle Rock afterwards, he's right in this thing, and we have a very close race. But instead chose to do Turtle Rock, got immediately locked out, and went and did other checks that weren't on the mountain, and is now pretty far behind. So if you've enjoyed this race, Revenant still has a ways to go. I mean, he's going to have Turtle Rock and GT, but has a full 2 mountain clears or mountain climbs, a Hera basement, a Hera pot, and a Skullwoods ahead at this point. If you are enjoying these linked to the past Randomizer League races, we do have a lot going on. Right now, just started over on SpeedGaming. We have Matt7898 versus Homemade Beer, Waffle House Drive-Thru. Looking to get on the board. No points right now versus Swirly Coin Brewing. On the SpeedGaming 4, also right now, we got Milk Monkey versus Aussie28. Go versus Two Furious. That's a good one. Coming up here in about 10 minutes over that one doesn't have a channel. Fant versus Zero Rush, so you can watch that on those guys' channels. Adirondack Rick versus Big Dunka at 8:10 p.m. Eastern on SpeedGaming 3. At 8:10 p.m. also on SpeedGaming 2, we've got P-Train versus Ace Zero, so that should be another good one. At 9:10, we've got Hitaka versus Julo Ninja over on the main SpeedGaming channel. And then to wrap things up tonight, we've got Fear Agent versus Magnificent on SpeedGaming at 11:40 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So lots of races to go tonight. As we finish off, heading to the middle of the week and finish off Casual Boots, week 3 of the league. Next week, we've got Spoiler Co-op Key Sanity, which is always an interesting mode to both run and watch, as the pilots will get the spoiler logs and guide their runners through the race. Interesting take on the co-op mode. All right, so there's the big key for Chimo. Takes the Death Warp again, no mirror. At this point, looking like mirror's probably in GT. Of course, it could be here in Turtle Rock as well. She'll have a little bit of trouble with the first attempt at the Harapod there. Gets it the second time though. Revenant having the big key in hand, stealing the key from the pokey, heading on back. Just needs one more key. Nothing really even to find since we had half magic since we opened that in escape. They've got silvers from Ice Palace. They've got 15 hearts. Tempered sword. After week 4, we move on to Cross Keys, the return of Cross Keys to the league as it was absent in Season 3. Probably my favorite mode to play. Alright, we just one last check here on Laser Bridge for that small key, and there it is. After Cross Keys, we head into just a regular open mode. And then we finish everything off with a spoiler. No, excuse me, not spoiler. Co-op Randomizer starting boots for week 7. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. We have a fairy in a bottle, I believe, for Revenant. Hopefully doesn't need to use it. Half magic, tempered sword should be no problem. To take on Trinex. First head down, second head down. Nice one cycle, avoids the main head as Chimo takes down Moth. And Revenant about to pick up crystal number 7. We'll play a little fun game unofficially. Again, no bot this year for this league, but can guess where we find. Again, it's our big key, 22 different locations. Of course, we'll be going by Revenant as they'll be heading in there first. Is a full mountain climb in Turtle Rock ahead of Chimo at this point. I'm going to say number 9 as a number I like. Not sure how Revenant likes to route GT. Can do hope, can go to Hope Room and hope for a key to head to Compass Room. Can head left to Salphos. The only problem with that right now is there's no mirror. So trying to do the Salphos Room back to Hope Room strats is kind of off the table at this point. And here we go. I'm gonna start with Hope Room. First check. How about a number 1? Big key. No small key in the next chest. We'll have to get the other key from the pot over here. And that's the end of the big key guessing game for this race, as it is just in number 1. No worry about having a mirror at all. All right, so we are a GT climb away from Ganon himself. And Revenant adding 3 points to did you check your boots total. Nice Canaburna through the cannonball room there. half magic, fire rod, silver arrows. Just gonna burn your way through the gauntlet here. Nice GT1 or Gauntlet 1 stuff. Let's try to make it a little bit more of a rough Gauntlet 2, but Revenant able to recover nicely. Really nice Gauntlet 3. Quick dash through Gauntlet 4. And that, my friends, was the Gauntlet for Revenant. No problems whatsoever. Uses the bonk to set up your alignment and gets 3 silver arrows into Landmolus number 2. The worms are dead. On we go. Down to 1.5 hearts there for the Chimos. Decides to pop that red potion. Doesn't want to have to worry about fairy revival or any of that. Fire rod out for Revenant as we hit torches number 1. Tries to get the dash. Edge not letting him. Gets through the room. Does not have to worry about any sort of jingle glitches. Just heads right in. Tries to get the fire dash again. Does not cooperate. Torches 2 is done. Just needs a key here from the mini Helma. Nicely done. Not wasting any time. Again, 16 hearts. Tempered sword, half magic. Silver arrows. No need to stop for anything. Does get a refill on both his hearts and his magic before Moldorm 2. We got ourselves a spin. We got ourselves a dash, and Moldorm is dead. Chimo just needs this last key here. Gets bullied by that laser though. Just pulls out Canterbury. And is off to Trinex. And it gets ready to face Aga number 2. Just need to reflect 6 blue balls to the dome. Gets 0 on the first go. Gets a nice double there on the second. Gets a single on the third, avoiding the other blue balls there. Ooh, and finishes it up with a nice triple. Nicely done there by Revenant. Alright. Only thing that stands between Revenant and the Triforce room here is now Ganon. As Trinex goes down on the frozen leftover side, Chimo picks up crystal number 7, making his way to Ganon's tower. We'll see if Revenant can get the 1-1. You got 12 slashes or 6 spins here on the first 2 phases. All right, phase 1 only finished. Looks like to have a single phase round for phase 2. No, it does not quite get it. Alright, on to phase 3. So you're just going to need to slash him a single time every time he stops in this phase 3. No extra warp so far. That's really nice. Big key for Chimo. Oh no, you've got silver arrows. Take 1. How about you take 1, 2 more? And the 4th. Good thing that Revenant had number 5, because he did miss that shot. But down goes Ganon, as Revenant gets to cross the bridge, and 3 more points to Did You Check Your Boots? Did you check your boot? And gets the W here with an official time of 1:29:17. GG's to Revenant. And Did You Check Your Boots? And that is also going to be a forfeit from Chimo there. See if either one of these guys want to talk about this seed. Not a bad seed, you know. Really close race.
Yeah, I got real nervous when I saw that fire rod up in Hera.
Yeah, we're now joined by Revenant and Chimo. GG's, guys.
GG's.
So yeah, that fire rod in Hera Big obviously made sense when both of you skipped that check there. But it really came down to Revenant going back to Hera before doing Turtle Rock, and Chimo, you chose Turtle Rock over Hera. So anyone want to talk about the seed or how you feel about everything?
Petitioning the council right now to ban Herapot. I don't know. It's just one of those seeds. Like if you do Hera basement, it's quick. Otherwise, I don't know. When do you go back? It's terrible. So maybe that's one of the reasons you should do it right away. Because no mirror and stuff, it's really bad to get back there. I certainly should have done it when I went to TR, but I don't know. Everything felt so bad by that point.
I mean, that's the thing is if you do Hera right there, this race is. I don't know who wins the race because it was that close.
Probably a jet seed. I don't remember anything bad, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
No, I mean, like even skipping Hera like you both did because it made so much sense. You had so much open to you. You got the mitts and the bow, and there was just the whole world was now open. It's like, do you really want to do Hera pot for that one check? It made sense. You both skipped it. It just went. You do the rest of the seed and you don't have the mirror steer still, and you went to Turtle Rock instead of Hera. I think that was really the decider. Like, sure, one of you could have done it early, but it's so unlikely that's going to happen.
It's just one of those things. Like, there's a few things you leave behind that you kind of feel like it's possible your opponent did it, and if it's there, you don't really want to. Yeah. I also had that the stupid death on the red bomb on the whatever horrible guys. So that didn't feel great. That was like 40 seconds or something. So I don't know. I had to make something up. It felt like, yeah.
I mean, you both played. I mean, other than that, the death that you're talking about, which is really, I don't think it's bad play. It was just unfortunate. You kind of got trapped in that Hinox there as you're trying to take the red bomb in. But
he's never there. And then I don't know. I tried to kill him, but I was too far right.
I mean, other than that, you guys both played really well. The seed was very linear at the very beginning. Like, it wasn't until, it wasn't. I'm trying to think when there was no convergence at all because you guys, you do escape, you do CAC, you do South Shore, you get your Dark World access in Saha. You both did Hype Cave to Dig Game, then you do Thieves Town, Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town. Chimo, you then did Skullwoods, and Revenant, you skipped Skullwoods. That was like our first moment of divergence, which was pretty late in the seed. But then there's nothing. You guys both go up to the mountain, you get your mitts and your bow, you both do Hera, you both do Pod or Eastern and Pod. And it's like at that point, you both ended up getting your flippers, which gave you Samaria, and then you do Meyer, and then it was like, okay, so where's the fire rod? So it was really like very linear for both of you.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I was about to store a water walk to get that red cane, and then all of a sudden I found flippers.
Yeah, I was wondering if either one of you, depending on how bad flippers was, if either one of you were gonna try to sequence break that.
I reset to clear the Ancilla variables or whatever. And I was after Mushroom, I was gonna just go up there and get it.
Yeah,
that was flippers. So.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, it made sense to do. Like there's starting to be real bad options, but Meyer was open with that, and Ice was clearable with that fast. So
both of you kind of had some interesting routings in Meyer. Revenant, you
the worst Meyer
skipped the bridge,
That was an accident.
Okay, I figured that because you ended up getting that big key late because of the bridge, and then Chimo you got locked out because you didn't have a small key, so you kind of had to like awkwardly go back and forth. But after Meyer, I mean, Ice was you both ended up going to Ice, which seems like the play, right? Like how were you guys both surprised that Ice was empty?
I wasn't surprised, but like that was like the only good choice. Like you had Mirrorless Smith and Hair Basement. It was like I don't know that like 9 times out of 10 I would have skipped, not come back into Meyer, but it was like you're running out of stuff to do.
Yeah.
It felt bad to leave.
Yeah, no mirror is so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, finishing off the mirror is so rare. I can't even remember last time. Well, not that I finished.
It's probably somewhere in GT.
I think it has to be.
Yeah, we cleared everything. I hard last location fire run. So.
Well, Chimo Frozen Leftovers was able to get on board earlier today with the Dazed Cloud win.
Dazed with the big win over Tam. Yeah. That was great to see.
So as we head into like the halfway mark, how you feeling about your chances making the playoffs? You're gonna have to pull some big wins here.
I feel like we did pretty well in open, but we're like a little bit of an underdog here, so it's gonna be tough. Spoiler week is gonna be really tough because everyone's execution is amazing in this league.
Who do you guys play?
I don't remember. Okay. It's can't see. The Sexy Gannons.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And then Revenant, you guys are right in the thick of the playoff hunt there. This puts you up to 12 points. You're a good chance to make the playoffs. I feel like you guys have made the playoffs the last couple seasons as well. You feeling good as you head into the second half?
Yep. I'm mostly looking forward to the Randomizer week, but it looks like Werfjig and Tam are going to be doing both races next week.
Oh, okay.
That's the plan, anyways.
Smart. You're the smart one.
They have a lot more practice with it than I do.
Sure. All right. Well, I think that's any. Do you guys have any thoughts or anything you want to share about the seed? I mean, again, the seed was very linear. So, anything you guys want to chat about, or?
I'm ready to forget this one.
Yeah, I mean, the seed wasn't terrible. It was just kind of meh with that. The fire rod being the one item there. I mean, ice rod even in Myers makes it easy, so you don't really have to do Turtle Rock. But
yeah, it's just one of those things. Like if either of us do Hair Basement the first time we're there, it's a blowout. It doesn't really matter on execution or anything. So I don't know. It's not my favorite type of seed, but
sure.
Yeah. That's pretty much it, though. Yeah, thanks for the restream and everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, GG's to you both. Good luck in your next coming weeks as you get ready to make that playoff push for both teams. And yeah, I think that's going to do it for here. Big shout outs again to Jaxie for tracking for us. Just a quick rundown of our schedule. Again, we've got a bunch of races going on in Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 4 right now. And then we've got tonight at 8:10 on Speed Gaming 2, P-Train versus A0, 9:10 Hitaka versus Julo on Speed Gaming, and then a doubleheader of Fear Agent versus me versus Mark Nivison on Speed Gaming 11:40. So lots of races coming up. Appreciate you all for hanging out with us, and go watch some rando.